In the glitzy landscape of the music industry, where ambition sparkled like diamonds and success shone bright under the spotlight, few names resonated as strongly as Sean Combs, known to the world as P. Diddy. A man of many talents, rapper, producer, entrepreneur, he was once the epitome of the American dream. But beneath the surface of fame and fortune lay a darker story, one that whispered of crime and corruption. It all began in the late 90s, during the height of his career. P. Diddy was a household name, revered for his innovative sound and his ability to elevate emerging artists. However, as his empire expanded, so did his appetite for control. Behind the glamorous facade of parties and award shows, whispers of his ruthless methods began to circulate. The turning point came when a rival label accused him of underhanded tactics. In a world where competition was fierce, allegations of payoffs and intimidation became a chilling reality. Rumors suggested that Diddy had been leveraging his connections, using threats to silence those who dared to challenge him. The music industry, once a playground of creativity, felt more like a battleground. As his influence grew, so did his network of dubious associates. Reports began surfacing about connections to organized crime. An anonymous source, a former associate, claimed that Diddy had cultivated relationships with individuals whose interests lay far from the music scene. The once celebrated mogul was increasingly seen as a puppet master, pulling strings behind the curtain. In 2004, during a high-profile concert in New York City, chaos erupted. A shooting outside the venue left several injured and one dead. In the aftermath, fingers pointed toward Diddy's entourage, suggesting that the violence was not merely a random act, but a consequence of the dangerous games he played. Investigations began to unfurl a web of connections, leading back to Diddy's management and business dealings. Despite the mounting evidence, Diddy's empire seemed untouchable. He continued to release chart-topping hits and launch successful ventures, all while maintaining a carefully crafted image. Yet, the cracks were beginning to show. Artists under his label spoke in hushed tones about oppressive contracts and financial exploitation. The glamour of his brand was becoming tainted by accusations of exploitation and deceit. As public scrutiny increased, Diddy's demeanor shifted. The once charismatic leader grew defensive, his interviews laced with irritation at the constant questioning. In his world, loyalty was paramount, and betrayal was met with swift and ruthless retribution. Those who dared to speak out found their careers in jeopardy. By the late 2010s, the weight of his empire began to crumble. Legal battles over contracts and allegations of misconduct filled the headlines. Diddy was no longer just a music mogul. He was a figure of controversy, a symbol of everything wrong in an industry that had, at its core, been built on dreams. The allure of his lifestyle faded, replaced by a narrative of greed and corruption. In 2020, an exposé detailed the extensive network of corruption surrounding him, detailing how his pursuit of power led to the ruin of countless lives. Former friends and associates came forward, sharing stories of manipulation and fear. Diddy's empire, once a shining beacon of success, was now seen as a cautionary tale, a reminder of how quickly power could corrupt. As the dust settled, Sean Combs retreated from the public eye, leaving behind a legacy marred by shadows. The glitzy world of music had moved on, and in its place remained the stark reminder that even the brightest stars can fall from grace. The story of P. Diddy, once a narrative of triumph, had transformed into a chilling saga of ambition turned perverse, a haunting reflection of the cost of fame in an unforgiving world. As the sun set on Diddy's empire, the once vibrant parties and extravagant events became relics of a bygone era. With each passing year, the weight of his tarnished reputation pressed down harder, and the music industry began to shift in his absence. New artists emerged, fueled by social media and a desire for authenticity that starkly contrasted with Diddy's image of glitz and glamour. The music industry, once a place of shadows and power plays, began to reclaim its soul, honoring the artistry that lay at its core. Diddy's legacy transformed from one of corruption to a reminder of the importance of integrity and the power of the artist's voice, proving that even in the darkest tales, there can be a flicker of hope for a brighter future.